Is this the best cryptocurrency for banks? Could this be the future of banking? Ripple and XRP. In this video, we'll uncover the advantages and disadvantages of Ripple and how it's one of few that offer real-world use with its blockchain tech in finance transactions all over the world. Let's jump right into it. So what is Ripple? Ripple is a money transfer network developed to meet the demands of the financial services industry. XRP, a cryptocurrency designed for use on the Ripple network, is regularly ranked among the top 5 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. Despite its goals, Ripple is presently mired in legal problems with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Yet, this hasn't prevented XRP from rising in value alongside other cryptocurrencies. Who created XRP? Most cryptocurrencies have one specific individual or entity who can be credited with creating the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, for example, was created by the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. XRP's history is complex, as several individuals were involved in creating both the technology behind it and the business entities that helped it grow. OpenCoin's co-founders, Jed McCaleb, who also founded Mt. Gox, Arthur Brito, who helped develop the XRP ledger, and Chris Larsen, who founded several fintech firms, are often credited for the creation of XRP. What exactly is XRP, and how does it work? The smart contract technology that underlies Ripple and other cryptocurrencies is called XRP Ledger. You can purchase it as an investment, trade for other currencies, or use it in trading apps like Hyperledger's Block Explorer, all from within your banking app. XRP's blockchain, on the other hand, is considerably different from most of the other cryptos. Other cryptocurrencies allow anyone able to solve complex algorithms quickly to view and verify transaction ledgers and procedures. But transactions are secure as long as the majority of ledger owners agree with the verification. Rather, Ripple's XRP network somewhat centralizes things. While anybody may install the validation software, it maintains what it refers to as unique node lists, which users can choose to validate their transactions depending on who they believe are the least likely to defraud them. Its current default list includes 35 trusted validators. Ripple picks which validators to approve. However, users may opt out of this default list. The validators check their ledgers every 3 to 5 seconds and ensure that they're in sync with one another as new transactions come in. If there's a discrepancy, they'll halt and try to figure it out. This allows Ripple to authenticate transactions securely and quickly, which sets it apart from other cryptocurrencies. If you're liking this video and want to see more, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos about blockchain, cryptocurrency, and new trends in the future. Now, let's dive into advantages and disadvantages of Ripple Network and XRP token. Advantages of Ripple. Once the escrow is released by both parties and settlement is completed, the buyer has taken ownership of the property and pays for it in full. Settlement is completed swiftly. Transaction confirmations are extremely rapid, taking only 4 to 5 seconds on average, as opposed to days for banks to complete a wire transfer or minutes for Bitcoin transactions. There are no fees. The cost of a transaction on the Ripple network is just 0.0001 XRP, a tiny fraction of a penny at current rates. A versatile exchange platform. The Ripple network can process transactions in addition to XRP, and it may also be utilized for other fiat currencies, cryptocurrencies, and commodities. Ripple is a distributed payment system based on the blockchain that can be used by any business and was designed to work with fiat currencies. It's often utilized by banks and financial institutions, although it may also be used by big businesses. Banks like Axis Bank, Yes Bank, recently acquired by Citigroup, Santander-owned credit card have all integrated this new system with greater ease than expected to offer their customers better services at lower costs. Ripple drawbacks. Extremely decentralized. One of the reasons why cryptocurrencies exploded in popularity is that they were decentralized, putting power back into the hands of individuals. Because of its default list of validators, the Ripple system might be somewhat centralized. The most important reason for Ripple's early price rise is that more than half of the pre-mined XRP has been leased out to financial institutions, who can then sell it on exchanges. Even though the majority of the Ripple supply isn't in circulation, it's possible that enormous quantities may be introduced at inconvenient moments, which would affect the demand supply, thus price may drop suddenly. The SEC has taken more decisive action against Ripple in recent times. In 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, alleging that since it may control when to release XRP, the firm should have registered it as a security. It might slow down institutional adoption of this technology until this is resolved. Because of this, several exchanges have removed its listing. Ripple and XRP. What you can do with them. XRP may be used in the same way as other digital currencies, for purchases or as a speculative investment. You could also utilize the Ripple network to carry out other sorts of transactions, such as currency conversions. If you want to trade dollars for euros, for example, you might first exchange your US dollar for XRP on the Ripple network and then use those funds to purchase euros rather than conducting the transaction directly with a bank or money-changing business. This may be a lot quicker and less expensive than dealing with banks or remittance companies that charge high fees. Now let's take a quick comparison with Bitcoin. While Ripple works in a bit more complicated way, the Ripple system scores better than the Bitcoin network for its lower processing times and lower transaction charges. On the other hand, Bitcoin is generally more widespread and better known than XRP, giving it the advantage in other ways. Bitcoin remains a truly public system that's not owned by any single individual, authority, or government. The Ripple network, although decentralized, is owned and operated by a private company with the same name. Despite both having their unique cryptocurrency tokens, the two popular virtual systems cater to different users. Is it worth buying XRP? Ripple is one of the few cryptocurrencies that are working directly with financial institutions, which gives it a massive advantage over other cryptocurrencies. This indicates its price could surge should this technology gain widespread acceptance among banks and other major financial institutions. That said, if you believe that Ripple will emerge victorious against the SEC and continue taking over as a payment system, then it could be worth buying XRP. Just make sure your money isn't all on one card, because there's no way to recoup any losses in case Ripple falls from grace overnight. Subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and we will personally reply to your comment. We'll see you in the next video.